Even as my body rots, before I dissolve entirely into a mass of decaying flesh, I will fight with every ounce of strength to swim against the current and return to the place of my birth. I am a salmon, the so-called king of migration in human terms. Yet beneath this crown, forged from a rotting body, lie 30,000 kilometers of scars, 7 years of wandering, and the corpses of my kin who came before me. My story began in the glacial streams of Alaska, where I was once a translucent embryo nestled among riverbed pebbles, feeling the pull of gravity. On the day I hatched, the icy water pierced my gills like countless silver needles, a first gift from my homeland and an eternal brand. In my 3rd year, I joined millions of my siblings, drifting downstream toward the unknown ocean. Back then, I didn't know that this vast expanse, covering 71% of the earth, was merely a way station in my life. Nor did I realize that this departure would mean 7 years of life and death separation from my birthplace. During my years adrift in the ocean, I learned to sense the tremors of Earth's magnetic field through my lateral line, deciphering the secrets of currents like humans decoding oracle bones. When krill shimmered blue in the depths, I chased their trails, storing not just fat in my muscles, but fuel for my homecoming. Then, one autumn 7 years later, a subtle shift in the ocean's salinity triggered my internal clock. It was time to go home. Only then did I understand the strength the sea had given me was but luggage for this suicidal odyssey. We used the stars to chart our latitude and the currents to correct our longitude, puppets pulled by invisible strings, navigating 5,000 kilometers of moonlight and reefs back to the exact river of our birth. Scientists say our margin of error is less than a meter, not magic, but a biological compass etched into every cell. Yet the journey upstream was far crueler than imagined. The Columbia River's rapids were like a meat grinder. Every inch forward cost 1% of the energy I'd stored in the ocean. When I leaped over the first waterfall, grizzly bears, who timed our migration perfectly, waited on the rocks. This was a deadlier trial than the current. Every leap was a parabolic gamble with life itself. But worse than the bears was the freshwater's erosion. My kidneys scrambled to adapt. My immune system collapsed under parasites and bacteria. Small patches of skin festered first, then spread into full-body decay until I became a grotesque, blood-red figure. Males grew hooked jaws and humped backs. Humans called us hideous, never realizing these parasite-riddled crimson bodies were living elegies to our homeland. Yet the cruelest fate wasn't pain or rot, but hunger. My digestive system had shut down. I couldn't eat, only metabolize muscle and fat to survive. I could hear my stomach's hollow groans as my body cannibalized itself, turning flesh into motion against the current. When I finally reached my birthplace, the riverbed stones bore the same patterns as 7 years before. The females carved nests into the gravel with their tails, like scribing ancient cuneiform, a ritual taught by their mothers.